Hello, good morning, all of you. Now we are studying the assimilation of nitrogen. In previous lecture, we discussed carbon assimilation, that including Kelvin cycle, in which carbon in the form of carbon dioxide is accepted by RUDP, that is ribulose 1,5-diphosphate, and in that particular cycle, there is again regeneration of RUDP. So assimilation is nothing but it is the uptake of nutrient and conversion of nutrient into cellular constituent. So the major elements including carbon, nitrogen and sulfur. So in Kelvin cycle we studied assimilation of carbon. Now we are going to discuss nitrogen assimilation. So as we know that the nitrogen is the major component of amino acid, proteins, DNA and RNA. So nitrogen is present in various forms in environment like nitrate, nitrite, gaseous nitrogen and ammonia. So in each form the valence state of the nitrogen is different. So we know that the nitrogen is the major component of the cellular constituent. It is present in amino acid, it is present in protein, as well as we know DNA and RNA, these are the macromolecules which contains nitrogen here, and therefore it is major constituent of the cell. But as we know that the nitrogen is present in various forms. For example, nitrogen is present in the form of nitrate, nitrite, gaseous nitrogen, hyponitrate and ammonia. So in every state, the nitrogen oxidation state of the nitrogen, or you can say the valency of nitrogen, is found to be different. The valency or oxidation state of the nitrogen in nitrate form is +5. म्हणजे नायट्रोजन ज्या वेळेला NO3 नायट्रेटच्या फॉर्ममध्ये असेल त्यावेळेला व्हॅलन्सी त्या नायट्रोजनची +5 आहे. अँड वेनेवर इट इज एक्झिस्टिंग in the form of ammonia, the nitrogen in ammonical form is having valency -3. So it means that the valency or oxidation state ranges from +5 to -3. So in this way, that means various forms of the nitrogen are there in the environment. Nitrate is there, nitrite is there, hyponitrate is there, gaseous nitrogen is there, ammonia is there, but every form is not easily assimilable by the cell. Only when the nitrogen is present in the form of ammonia, then only it is easily assimilable. नुसता नायट्रोजन असून एन्व्हायरमेंटमध्ये चालत नाही. सो दॅट इज टेकन अप अँड इट इज युटिलाइज फॉर सेल्युलर कन्स्टिट्युएंट. ज्यावेळेला तो अपटेक केला जातो आणि सेल्युलर कन्स्टिट्युएंटमध्ये इन्कॉर्पोरेट होतो तेव्हा ॲसिमिलेशन होणार. सो अमोनिकल फॉर्म म्हणजे ज्यावेळेला नायट्रोजन अमोनियाच्या फॉर्ममध्ये असेल त्यावेळेला तो त्याचं लगेच ॲसिमिलेशन होतं. So if it is present in the form of nitrate or nitrite or gaseous nitrogen, it is not easily assimilable. So if it is present in the form of nitrate, it should be converted to ammonia. Means it should be reduced to nitrite. After then it should be reduced to ammonia. So nitrate to nitrite and nitrite to ammonia. This conversion must be there if nitrogen is available in the form of nitrate. And this conversion is only possible with the help of enzyme. So nitrate will be reduced to nitrite with the help of nitrate reductase enzyme, and nitrite will be reduced to ammonia with the help of nitrite reductase enzyme again. So it means that the ammonical form of the nitrogen is easily assimilable by the cell. So why it is easily assimilable? Because the nitrogen in ammonical form is having valency -3. And the nitrogen which is available in the cellular form or cellular constituent is also having the valency -3. So it means that the valency is similar. Nitrogen ammonical form मध्ये असलेला त्याची valency -3 असते, which is equivalent to the nitrogen present in cellular form, and therefore the ammonical form is easily taken up by the cell or easily assimilable by the cell. The ammonical form of the nitrogen will be incorporated easily in the cellular constituent during various biochemical reaction. Means whenever there is a synthesis of any amino acid, Then also, and ammonical form is also incorporated in organic acid present in the cell. So whenever this ammonia is incorporated in the organic acid, it is converted to amino acid. So during the amino acid synthetic pathway also, we can say that the ammonical form is easily taken up by the cell. Now, how this assimilation of ammonia directly take place? ज्यावेळेला अमोनिया नायट्रोजन अमोनिकल फॉर्ममध्ये असेल त्यावेळेला रिडक्शन किंवा ऑक्सिडेशनची आवश्यकता असत नाही, डायरेक्टली तो इनकॉर्पोरेट अमोनिकल फॉर्म होऊ शकतो. द नायट्रोजन ॲटम ऑफ द अमोनिया हॅव व्हॅलन्सी -3 अँड विच इज सिमिलर विथ द ऑक्सिडेशन स्टेट ऑफ द नायट्रोजन in organic constituent of the cell, and therefore ammonical form will be directly incorporated in the cell. So what are the reaction here? Whenever ammonical form is there, it is not necessary to oxidize and reduce. When nitrogen is present in the form of nitrate, then it is necessary to reduce it. But when it is ammonia directly is available, then it will be easily incorporated in the cell. So what are the reaction here? Alpha ketoglutaric acid, which is organic acid. In alpha ketoglutaric acid, directly ammonia will be incorporated. Alpha ketoglutaric acid plus ammonia in presence of NADPH, it is converted into glutamic acid and NADP and water molecule. So this reaction will be catalyzed by the enzyme glutamate dehydrogenase. Alpha ketoglutaric acid plus ammonia plus NADPH plus H plus converting into glutamic acid plus NADP plus H2O. This is the reaction catalyzed by the enzyme glutamate dehydrogenase. Second reaction is aspartic acid. Aspartic acid is also organic acid. Aspartic acid reacts with ammonia in presence of ATP converting into asparagine. Aspartic acid plus ammonia plus ATP converting into asparagine plus ADP plus AMP plus PP. So synthesis, that means this synthesis of asparagine will be catalyzed by the enzyme asparagine synthetase. Why synthetase? Because there is a ATP is required, and therefore due to ATP, that means with the help of ATP or in presence of ATP, there is a synthesis of asparagine. So that is one thing. Glutamic acid reacts with ammonia in presence of ATP converting into glutamine. Glutamic acid plus ammonia in presence of ATP react for glutamine plus ADP. So the reaction will be catalyzed by the enzyme glutamine synthetase. Glutamine synthetase. So these are the three reactions in which organic acids reacts with ammonia and there is a formation of the amino acid. Glutamic acid, asparagine, glutamine, all these are the amino acid. So it means that there is a synthesis of amino acid. Then secondly, all these three products, means glutamic acid, glutamine, asparagine, whatever products are produced in this reaction, they are direct precursors of proteins. So they can act as a precursors, म्हणजे basic building blocks of proteins. So glutamic acid and glutamine play important role as agent for the transfer of amino group and amido group. Glutamic acid मध्ये amino group आहे, glutamine मध्ये amido group आहे. So two amino आणि amido, two groups are there in glutamine. So glutamic acid and glutamine play significant role as agent for the transfer of amino group and amido group to all other nitrogenous precursors of cellular macromolecule. So there is a transfer of amino group or amido group to other precursors. For example, the amino acid alanine or aspartic acid and phenylalanine, these are formed by transmission between glutamic acid and non-nitrogenous metabolites. How it is occurring? Glutamic acid plus pyruvic acid. Glutamic acid आपल्याकडचा अमायनो ग्रुप पायरुविक ॲसिडला डोनेट करतं, त्यामुळे पायरुविक ॲसिडचं कन्वर्जन अलेनाईनमध्ये होतं आणि ग्लुटामिक ॲसिड कन्वर्टेड इंटू अल्फा केटोग्लुटारिक ॲसिड. So glutamic acid plus pyruvic acid. Glutamic acid acts as a donor of ammonia to pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid converted into alanine and glutamic acid converted into alpha ketoglutaric acid. Secondly, glutamic acid reacts with oxaloacetic acid to form alpha ketoglutaric acid and L-aspartic acid. ऑक्झॅलोएसिटिक ॲसिडमध्ये अमोनिया इनकॉर्पोरेट झाल्यानंतर L-aspartic ॲसिड सिंथेसाइज होतं आणि ग्लुटामिक ॲसिडमधनं अमोनिया गेल्यामुळे ग्लुटामिक ॲसिडचं कन्वर्जन अल्फा केटोग्लुटारिक ॲसिडमध्ये होतं. थर्ड रिॲक्शन इज ग्लुटामिक ॲसिड प्लस फिनिल पायरुविक ॲसिड. So glutamic acid donates its ammonia to phenylpyruvic acid converting into phenylalanine and glutamic acid itself is converted into alpha ketoglutaric acid. तर या वरच्या तिन्ही रिॲक्शनमध्ये ग्लुटामिक ॲसिडचं कन्वर्जन अल्फा केटोमध्ये झालेलं आहे. फक्त नंतरचे प्रोडक्ट्स बदललेले आहेत. अलेनाईन आहे, फिनिलालाईन आहे आणि ॲस्पार्टिक ॲसिड आहे. म्हणजे जे पहिल्या रिॲक्शनमध्ये 3 रिॲक्शन आपण ज्या मागच्या स्लाईडमध्ये पाहिलेले आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये जे ग्लुटामिक ॲसिड आणि ग्लुटामाइन तयार झालं आहे ते आपला अमायनो ग्रुप किंवा अमॅडो ग्रुप दुसऱ्या कुठल्या तरी ॲसिडला देतात, ऑर्गॅनिक ॲसिडला, आणि त्यापासून पुन्हा अमायनो ॲसिड नवीन तयार होतं. सो ग्लुटामिक ॲसिड, पायरुविक ॲसिड, अलेनाइन प्लस अल्फा केटोग्लुटारिक ॲसिड. एल ग्लुटामिक ॲसिड प्लस ऑक्झॅलोएसिटिक ॲसिड, ॲस्पार्टिक ॲसिड प्लस अल्फा केटोग्लुटारिक ॲसिड. एल ग्लुटामिक ॲसिड प्लस फिनिल पायरुविक ॲसिड कन्वर्टिंग इनटू phenylalanine and alpha ketoglutarate acid. Now the GOGAT system, which is important system in the nitrogen assimilation, and the working or the operation of this GOGAT system depends upon the concentration of ammonia. So whether the concentration of ammonia is low or high, depending upon that the GOGAT system is, or GOGAT pathway you can say, or system you can say, it is working there. The pathway of synthesis of glutamic acid and glutamine. ग्लुटामिक ॲसिड आणि ग्लुटामाइनमध्ये काय फरक आहे? ग्लुटामिक ॲसिडमध्ये एक अमायनो ग्रुप आहे, ग्लुटामाइनमध्ये अमायनो आणि अमायडो ग्रुप आहे. दॅट डिपेंड्स ऑन द कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ अमोनिया अवेलेबल इन द सेल. ॲट हाय कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ अमोनिया 2 सिक्वेन्शियल रिॲक्शन कॅटलाइज बाय डिहायड्रोजनेज अँड ग्लुटामाइन सिंथेटेज एन्झाईम. कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन अमोनियाचं जेव्हा जास्त असतं त्यावेळेला 2 रिॲक्शन होतात. एक डिहायड्रोजनेज एन्झाईमनी कॅटलाइज केलेली आहे आणि दुसरी ग्लुटामाइन सिंथेटेज एन्झाईम. सो अल्फा केटोग्लुटारिक ॲसिड प्लस अल्फा केटोग्लुटारिक ॲसिडमध्ये अमोनिया इनकॉर्पोरेट झाल्यानंतर ग्लुटामिक ॲसिड आणि ग्लुटामिक ॲसिडमध्ये पुन्हा अमोनिया इनकॉर्पोरेट झाल्यानंतर ग्लुटामाइन तयार होतं. सो अल्फा केटोग्लुटारिक ॲसिड प्लस अमोनिया glutamic acid plus ammonia, glutamine. However, the substrate affinity of alpha ketoglutaric acid dehydrogenase for ammonia is relatively low. Dehydrogenase enzyme alpha ketoglutaric acid dehydrogenase या एन्झाईमला अमोनियाची ॲफिनिटी कमी असते. Consequently, this synthesis ceases to function effectively at low concentration and the above pathway becomes inoperative. जेव्हा कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन कमी असतं त्यावेळेला हा जो वरचा पाथवे आहे अल्फा केटो टू ग्लुटामिक, ग्लुटामिक ॲसिड टू ग्लुटामाइन, हा त्या ठिकाणी होत नाही. अंडर दिस कंडिशन अ न्यू एन्झाईम सिस्टीम ग्लुटामेट सिंथेटेज, समटाईम कॉल्ड एज GOGAT, ग्लुटामाइन ऑक्झोग्लुटारेट अमायनो ट्रान्सफरेज, ग्लुटामाइन ऑक्झोग्लुटारेट अमायनो ट्रान्सफरेज GOGAT, glutamine oxoglutarate aminotransferase. This enzyme is operating there, or this enzyme catalyze the further reaction glutamine oxoglutarate aminotransferase. So what is the reaction here? Glutamine reacts with alpha ketoglutaric acid. So glutamine donates its amino group to alpha ketoglutaric acid and glutamine itself is converted into glutamic acid. So 2 molecules of glutamic acids are produced. Under this condition, glutamine synthesis reaction becomes the major route of ammonia assimilation. ज्यावेळेला अमोनियाचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन कमी असेल त्यावेळेला गोगॅट सिस्टीम ऑपरेट होते आणि गोगॅट सिस्टीममध्ये ग्लुटामाइनपासून अमायनो ग्रुप अल्फा केटोग्लुटारिक ॲसिडकडे ट्रान्सफर होतात. त्यामुळे 2 मॉलिक्यूल ग्लुटामिक ॲसिडचे तयार होतात. So this is regarding the assimilation of ammonia or assimilation of nitrogen in the ammonical form. Thank you.